hope for the best, but always expect the worst, is still one of the stupidest things you could ever say. Because if you're expecting the worst, it ain't no point in hoping for the best, because you're not going to get it. You get what you expect. Let me expound on that a little more, because you get what you expect, but that doesn't mean that things always go the way you plan. So you got to be careful about that, because if you're the type of person that says all the time, well, I have bad luck, or things never go right for me, or it's always something, then having that expectation can manifest itself in ways. A lot of times it's going to manifest itself in ways. I can't talk today. A lot of times it's going to manifest itself in ways where you might say, I should have known, I knew it, or, it figures or something like that. But then too, it can manifest itself in ways that you don't totally expect, and it'll completely catch you off guard. And so, you know what I mean? If you're the type of person that's always talking about, nothing ever goes right for you, you have bad luck, and, that kind of thing, man. You know what I'm saying? And those things, and don't get me wrong, man. Now, I'm telling the truth, but in addition to that, you're going to go through stuff, yo. Like, you know what I mean? Like, life is going to test you. Life tests everybody. It's going to be hard times. It's going to be difficulties. Life comes at everybody. There's going to be tragedies. You know what I'm saying? But if you take those things that come at you, and you take it and say, well, that's just the way it is. This is just reality. This is how it is. Every time I expect to have something good or try to get my hopes up about something, then it never happens. It always goes wrong. As a matter of fact, it seems like every time I try to get my hopes up about something, it's kind of like a jinx or a curse. And it seems to go totally the opposite way that I was hoping and expecting it to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't let life beat up on you and allow you to have a negative expectation for yourself, and then you turn around and call it reality. Reality, that's just how it is. Now, yes, that's how it is in the sense that, yes, I mean, you're going to go through trials, you're going to go through tribulations, you're going to go through hard times, you're going to go through tragedies. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're going to go through heartbreak and breakups, but you don't use that to keep your head down and call it preparing for the worst by just expecting the worst and just not having any real hope for your life. You know what I mean? In spite of it, you got to have hope. You got to refuse to lose. Life is what you make it. You get what you expect, but that don't mean it goes the way you plan. Now, if you expect to have bad luck and things always go wrong, then, that's going to be your experience. That is going to be your life. But if you expect victory, then eventually, with persistence, which is the word of 2019, as I've said quite a few times, if you persist with the belief that you will see victory, it might not go the way you plan. Just like me, for instance, like, I'm in the studio. I've worked with a lot of rappers. I worked with a few singers, but my success may not come through that. It may come through music and TV and commercial and film and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So it might not necessarily go the way I plan, but either way it goes, I will see success, and that will be the end result of it. I don't know exactly how it's going to come or exactly what it is I need to do. You know what I mean? But I know with faith, you know what I'm saying? Like, with hope, man, ain't no point in really hoping for anything if you don't have the faith to believe for it. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, throwing a penny or throwing quarters or something in a wishing well. And it's like, I hope, I wish, or wishing on a shooting star. Like, there's no real foundation to say that that's effective. But faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not yet seen. And for me, that comes from the Bible. So if that's not something you believe, then, you know, I don't really have anything else for you. But, you know, I guess they got this thing called the law of attraction, which I believe, you know, a lot of that comes from, you know, the Bible. But, you know, I'm not going to sit here and argue or debate that. But what I am saying is that, you know, you got to fight. You got to refuse to lose, man. You got to, you know, make life what you want it to be. You got to win on purpose in spite of the worst. If you want to prepare for the worst, then hope for the best. And, you know, don't sit there and, you know, covering your head, ducking down, and anticipating the worst happening to you. But, you know, you got to face it head on no matter what comes your way. And you got to expect good things for yourself. You got to expect to have success. You got to expect to have a good life. You got to go out here and do and persist on purpose, with a purpose, you know what I mean? So if you allow life to dictate for you whether or not you're going to be happy or whether or not you're going to have success, then more than likely you're not going to have it, because life isn't going to go the way you want it to go if you just let it determine for you which way you're going to go. Life has got to be what you make it. Don't be what life makes you. You let your life be what you make it. You know what I'm saying? You expect good things in spite of bad things happening. You know what I'm saying? You face difficulties head on. And you find a way to get through whatever it is that you're dealing with. And you face it head on with your head high, with hopes that this too shall pass. That this is only temporary, and that it'll pass, and that it'll all work out for the good. And that's something you got to believe up here first before you see it in your life, before you see it in front of your eyes. You got to see it in your mind. If you can get the vision and see it in your mind, and you begin to believe it in your heart, and then you start, you know, making those confessions, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I am good enough. You know what I'm saying? I will be successful. I will have a good life. I will be happy. You know what I'm saying? In spite of whatever's going on. You know what I'm saying? Then that's when you'll begin to see those things manifest. Instead of saying, I have bad luck and things never go right for me. And if it ain't one thing, it's another. Like, yeah, it's always going to be challenges. Like, nothing that I'm saying is meant to be easy. And nothing that I'm saying, like, nothing that you really want in this life is going to be easily attainable. You know what I mean? Like, we're not in elementary school. We're not in preschool. We're not in kindergarten anymore. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't a game of kickball. You know what I mean? Like, this is hardball. This is real life. So anything that you want in this life ain't going to come easy. It's going to come with challenges. It's going to come with difficulties. It's going to come with hardships. It's going to come with tragedies. It's going to come with things that you probably could expect and predict, but then there's going to be times where it's going to come with things that you don't expect. And you got to already prepare, you know what I'm saying, to try to deal with it in the best way you can. Find a way to move forward. Find a way to keep your head high. Find a way to keep your hopes up. And find a way to get that hope for your faith to stand on. So, yes, you do get exactly what you expect. But that does not mean that things always go the way that you plan for them to go. But that expectation, if you expect for things to go wrong for you, if you expect to have bad luck, then yes, that's what you're going to get. Whether it's something that you expect to happen or something that you don't expect to happen. But the fact is, if you expect bad luck and bad things, then you're going to experience that. You're going to experience challenges and bad things anyway. But once you begin to expect to have success in spite of those things, then that's when you'll begin to see those things and you'll begin to act upon those things. Because, you know what I'm saying, you got to make the necessary moves to be successful. Like, success isn't gonna just luckily fall in your lap. You know what I mean? You got to get out here and grind and work and do whatever it is that you do. And you got to persist in it. You got to put it out. You got to let people know you exist. And you got to believe in it, man. You got to see it. You got to see it in here first. You got to have the vision. And then you got to believe it in your heart and go for it. And go for it and grind and grind and grind and grind, even when it seems like it's not working. But still, don't be afraid to try new things either. But you know what I'm saying? You got to go for it. You got to grind with the faith and the hope that you will get it. And when you have the faith and the hope and develop the expectation from faith and hope, then that's when you'll begin to see those things manifest more in your life, more so than the negative, than the challenges, than the trials and tribulations and tragedies and hardships. So yes, life is what you make it. You get exactly what you expect. Hope for the best and expect the best. You want to prepare for the worst, then expect the best and begin to believe God for the best. And that's how you prepare for the worst. So listen, man, I'm out. R2G2 So Smooth. Until next time with another mindset, remember persistence, man. We got to persist out here. We got to fight. We got to fight. We got to fight. We got to embrace these challenges, take them head on. You know what I'm saying? Got to put the armor on, man, and go out here and fight this fight and refuse to lose. Fight the fight, fight the good fight of faith. We got to refuse to lose out here, man. I'm trying to tell you, yo, if you don't refuse to lose, you will lose. I'm telling you right now, yo, expectation, persistence, consistency. So Smooth, R2G2, out.